Hey,
Yep.
y'all take a second and share this for us. Share it with your friends. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you can listen to a podcast, we're on there. Welcome to another edition of Trust the Process Podcast. Yours truly, Rob, the People's Plug Martin, joined by always, it's just my little brother today, Nick Martin.
What's up? What up?
It's just us two.
Yeah.
Julius Maddox is missing.
MIA.
Yeah, sorry we missed last week.
Yeah.
You want to tell them what was going on?
What was going on? Friday we had.
The wreck was happening this weekend.
Oh yeah, we went on a 3-day weekend with men in recovery homes and homeless shelters. So we had to be there on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it was an awesome weekend.
Yeah.
Just talking about Christ and learning about Christ and experiencing Christ. It was just a great weekend for the men at FOS, the men at St. Benedict's. And
Residents Encountering Christ.
God really showed up.
Yeah. So there's another one. That ain't the same one that's in the jail, is it?
Yeah. So it's wreck. It's just.
It's just a different version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotcha.
Instead of 3-day, maybe they'll do a 1-day one. And,
oh yeah, you can see by all
like
the
that.
guys. It's that they came out changed.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
it's a very, very good good program. If there's a way for you to be able to get plugged in and serve in it, I highly recommend it. What else is going on?
Be praying for the Hayes family. I got to do a funeral later today, and just be praying for his family and the kids and the friends that are, in pain and just in tears today. So
Yeah.
just be praying for the family. And a lot been going on in Owensboro. Like I heard about 4 different people dying this week.
Wow.
For different circumstances. So just be praying for every family that's going through some pain right now.
Right.
So that's what I got going on today. Just as soon as I get done with this, got to go get ready to do the funeral later on.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
You wearing your a big jacket?
No.
It ain't that tight.
Oh no. What I got to wear yet? I need to reach out and see.
Man, it's a beautiful day.
I just asked the family what they want me to do.
Oh, I got you. It's we finally got a beautiful day. It's been raining most of the week, man. It seemed to slow everything down.
Man.
It was yesterday especially, man. It seemed like it was just rainy and hot.
All day.
Just muggy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta get my AC fixed in my truck ASAP.
Oh, it don't work?
Look, it'll make you get aggravated for no reason. When it's hot.
Hey, I seen this one AC thing. You just plug it into your lighter.
Really?
You seen something like that?
No, never. I bet that don't work.
I don't know. I seen it one day. I was like, man, I ain't never heard of that.
I bet that's something that I would try. I would have tried 15 years ago.
Uh-huh.
But I guarantee you it don't work. If anybody out there has tried to plug in air conditioner, let me know.
I know. It doesn't sound like it works.
I stopped doing things halfway a few years ago. Cause that don't even sound right. How does it blow cold air from a cigarette lighter?
I don't know.
Huh?
I was like, man, that's wild.
That ain't no way. That gotta be something tricky to it.
Oh yeah.
So what else is going on?
Nothing really. Just church on Sunday. God's good. Nothing. Just living life, working out.
Yeah, I hate having to miss last week, man. I felt off from having to miss.
Just one thing, and we taught class on yesterday, and we're in our D group. One thing I've thought about this week, and you heard me say it yesterday, it's just we should be praying for wisdom. And, so many times we may have the right idea but not have the wisdom behind it.
Man.
We would jump into things with both feet. I remember when you was like, we should do this or we should do that.
A lot of my we should have said turned out good.
Nowadays. But, or we should, and we wouldn't go through the process of the wisdom part of it.
Yeah, the proper process.
We would just hope. We would just live on a hope and a dream of if X, Y, and Z happens, we'll be good. But we never had the wisdom to consider, all the other options.
Think about this. Think about the desperation situations we got ourselves into.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so that results in a desperation play, which we talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Calling the annexation of Puerto Rico, just calling a Hail Mary play to try to get yourself out of the situation, on top of not having any wisdom or people to pour into your life to say, look, you shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
You know
What's cool is we talked about it yesterday, and then this morning my car wouldn't start. And so I drove Jonna's car to the gym, and literally on the way back, I was praying, like, God, give me wisdom to learn how to figure this situation out.
Yeah.
Like, God, give me wisdom to figure out how to get this car started.
Right.
And, like, I got it started, but, like, I just know so many times we can just try to do things, and then we create bigger problems.
Oh, yeah.
But I literally, like, just prayed on the way back, like, God, give me wisdom to learn how to love my wife, to love my daughter, to love my family.
Yeah, I think that so often we just get into routine, so we think that we got it figured out, right? So we think, oh, we got that taken care of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can handle it.
And what we talked about yesterday, too, and I think this would be good for people to get the concept of, is to have a Mr. Miyagi mentor with wisdom
Mr.
in your life.
Miyagi.
So, like, if you could tell somebody, and I don't know what you want to talk about today, but, like, how valuable is to have people with wisdom in your life?
Oh, man. I think that if I would have had somebody wise in my life speaking into me, whether or not on this side of Christ or not, I think that, I mean, regardless, I think that you should have somebody pouring into you who is where you want to be at. I bet it would have saved me from half the trouble that I caused myself, right? Because there's no way that if the biggest enemy that I've ever faced is that inner me, right?
That's right.
Like the devil, yes, we believe in a real devil with real demons.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest enemy I've ever faced is myself.
That's right.
So when I go to war with myself.
Yeah.
When I rationalize with myself.
Yeah.
When I uplift myself, right?
Uh-huh.
So I have this way of it. It's me. It's a me having a me meeting, right? And I think one of the greatest things that I could have done was reached out and had somebody older, had somebody wiser, who was able to speak and pour into my life. So that way he would have been able to interrupt the me meeting.
Oh yeah, and a lot of times what we can do, right, is we can ask not only me, but the person that looks like me and thinks like me.
Oh man, that's good.
So we can surround ourselves with people that would just co-sign our bullcrap.
Yeah.
So even if it ain't me, I might go to the guy that I know will also come along for the ride. So, but I just think we got to give people, like, even with D group, like we're on week 21, and you can see it's getting harder to get together, right?
Oh yeah.
Like you can see that people don't have the same passion as they once had.
Yeah.
But like wisdom would say, push through it, right?
Right.
Even when you don't feel like it.
Yeah.
But why do you think, like, because we've seen this, people will get into desperation and they'll do anything. You know, I'll do anything to fix my family. I'll do anything to plug in. But life starts going good, and this is why I think you need someone with wisdom, because sometimes I can see the train crash before it happens, right?
Yeah.
And a Mr. Miyagi can see the train crash before it happens.
Right.
So why do you think we get in those zones of, we're on fire, we'll do anything, to, man, this is a burden now?
I think that FOS has the greatest saying that lines up with what we're talking about. When the options increase, the willingness decreases.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes, man, I heard this a couple months ago, but just to kind of put it in context, I don't think that a contract would be that bad.
Yeah.
For a man who is going to be this wise man over a young person or whatever the case may be, if you're asking somebody to pour into him, I don't think it'd be a bad idea for you to write up a contract and say, this is what I want. This is where I feel I want to go to. Expectations.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm willing to do to get there. Whether or not I feel like it, this is who I am. This is what I want to do today.
Man, I think it has to be so valuable, because so many people think, oh, I need a mentor, but they think the mentor should chase them down.
Oh, man.
You know, like I just know I've seen so many people, whether it's around FOS or in church, they'll be like, oh, I want a mentor. And I'll be like, well, have you called him? No, I've been waiting on him to call me.
Right.
And well, I thought you wanted a mentor.
Yeah.
Like, I thought you wanted that lady or man to pour into you. And like I said, you know, like the guy that kind of pours into me, he's thinking about moving. And one of the first things he said, though, is when we move, I want you and your wife and daughter to come up here and do some missions with us.
Yeah.
Because he's already thinking that far ahead of, you know, like, we're still be connected.
Man, that's Mr.
And he was
Miyagi.
like, you know, like, I think he's thinking about moving to Pittsburgh. And he was like, you know, I think you would be able to walk around the city with a different perspective.
Yeah.
And with eyes open, because there's so much homelessness, or so, you know, so much more than what we see down here.
Oh, yeah.
So because I have that guy in my life, he was already thinking ahead of, like, when I move, I want you to come up here and stay for a week.
That's because
connected.
You've also built up that relationship and cultivated it, though.
Exactly.
And when he said do something, you went and did it.
That's right.
Right. A lot of people, they say, "Look, I'm willing to do this."
Yeah.
But man, you want me to go mop a floor?
That's right.
You want me to go serve a meal?
Yeah. You want me to show up for Bible study at 6 a.m.? That's what my mentor told me.
You know what I'm saying? Look, it's all good until it gets uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right? And that's one of the biggest things I think that men hate is being uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Hey, ever since dude said something about them that beeping, I've been hearing it every time. Before he didn't say anything, I didn't hear anything.
But think about even that. Like, so many people think...
Yeah, go gadget ears.
So many people think once they get the platform, then they'll start doing better.
Right.
Or once they get, let's just say, to the NFL, then they'll start training hard.
Yeah.
Or when they get, you know, to be a youth leader, then they'll start investing in reading and learning.
Yeah.
And it's so backwards, like...
Man, what do I need to save money for, man? All I get is $400 a week. How can I save that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What can I do with that?
Uh-huh.
That ain't enough money.
Exactly.
If you are unwilling to work with and to take care of, cultivate what you have in your hand, how could you ever expect more?
Oh, yeah, I listened to a sermon on that yesterday. He was talking about getting out of debt, and he was like, just start.
Yeah.
He said, look, if you can't pay off all your debt, just start paying off a little bit of debt.
Ain't that what, that's what Ramsey said, right? The snowball effect. You pay off, you work on one, you go to the next one.
Yeah.
It's just when you just see this big mountain in front of you, sometimes I think that it just feels easier to throw your hands up and say, man, ain't no sense in messing with it.
Yeah. And I see Bart's watching. I think this is pretty cool. It reminded me, Shaka Tattoo is doing a great thing for the guys.
Oh, man, yeah, they are.
So
Shaka Tattoo?
Yeah, what they've been doing, like if a guy has any racial tattoos, like a rebel flag or anything racial, you know, whether it's in prison
or gang-related.
Gang-related.
Yeah.
Then they're covering up all of them for free with scripture or crosses in it. And I just seen the cross that the tattoo Bart got. And it just shows, like, you know, life change and
that's big.
Renewal. Yeah.
So does he do it for other people?
I don't know. I know he does it for the FOS guys. So I don't know.
That's big time, man. That's big time. So maybe we should figure out a way to try to help him out. You know what I'm saying? With some of them costs, because I know it costs money to do that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A cover-up sometimes are harder than just plain pieces.
Man, for sure.
But think about the impact that has on somebody, right?
Yep.
So think about, okay, so I was talking to one of our older brothers, and he was talking about, so he's going to be getting his teeth done, right?
Yep.
And what he has done over the years, and you can see it, is he has grown comfortable with appearing a certain way.
Yeah.
Dressing a certain way, acting a certain way, talking a certain way, right? Uh-huh. And I told him, I said, I bet when you get your teeth done, you're going to walk around different.
Yeah. Oh, for
You know what I'm saying? Because he has almost adapted the model of, it's not that he don't dress up, but why dress up when at the end of the day I still look like this?
Yeah, you find your identity.
Right.
And
people are still going to judge me a certain type of way.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can find your identity in that. And the more you can let go of that, the more you really find yourself and who you truly are.
That's right.
Because from a young age, like, we get these tattoos or we get these markings, and that's who we identify with. And I think the more we can let that go, the better off we can be.
Oh yeah, so I'm really excited to see the transformation, because something like that. Oh, there's another. While you was talking about Shaka Tattoo, there's another ministry, God Smiles.
Oh man, it's huge.
Right?
Yeah.
So what they do, and I'll have to look them up, or you guys can look them up, but their name is God Smiles. They get people who were, in active addiction, and they help with dental costs, with replacements, with dentures.
Oh yeah.
Because look, I'm telling you, I bet there is a huge amount of people who are in a situation and say, why even try? Because at the end of the day, look at my teeth.
Oh man.
I mean, I'm telling you, a smile will change your
just
life.
think about like going to a job application or an interview, and you ain't got no teeth, or you got 6 teeth missing.
Right.
You know the people looking at you. Like,
it don't matter what you got on.
Yeah, so you can have on a suit.
What if you got all the skills?
And you got 6 teeth missing, they already looking like, man, what's going on?
It don't matter if you got the skills or not. If you got them teeth missing, people are going to look at you. It's just a natural thing.
So God Smiles is huge. That's the one I love. And Shaka, that's huge.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, Owensboro's blessed to have a lot of ministries that
we got a lot.
Give back to the community and the people in the community.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna tell you what else we got a lot. We got a lot of churches.
Oh yeah.
Man,
I just seen what too, like the Northwest Neighborhood Alliance.
Yeah.
I seen they just planted a garden.
Did they?
Travis Housley passes out pizza every Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, our community's blessed, really.
We got a lot of people who are willing to help. If you're in a position that needs help.
Yep. And this sermon I listened to, it challenged me this morning.
What was it?
The guy said you should plan to be generous.
Man.
He was like so many times.
Hold on real quick. While you're talking about that, man, I was reading the other day about Elijah when he went to the woman who all she had was just a little bit of bread to feed her son.
Yep.
So this story in the Bible is found in, I think, 1st or 2nd Kings, and it talks about the widow who had a son, and all she had was just I'm buying a new computer this week. I'm tired of it. All she had was just a little bit, and she said, look, and he asked, she said, hey, can I have something to drink and a little bit of food?
Yeah.
And she said, look, all I have is this, and I plan on making it so me and my son can die.
Oh.
Right? So, and what happened is God spoke to me in that moment and reminded me that there is a blessing in having an open hand.
Man, that's good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how could you ever receive something with a closed fist?
Yeah, there's a verse, it's Ecclesiastes 4:6, and let me look it up so I don't get it wrong. But basically the gist of it, better to have one hand full and be at peace than have both hands full and be in stress.
Yeah.
Because when you have one hand full, you can still reach down and help another one.
Ooh, that's good.
And you can still put your arm around someone.
Yeah.
But just as I listened to the sermon, I was thinking, like, when do I plan? Like, I am a generous person, but planning to be generous is a total different thing.
Oh, man.
And he gave us an example of this one couple, that their finances wasn't right when they started it, but they said, we're going to give $20 away a month.
Yeah.
And like to someone, maybe we'll pay for a meal randomly, or we'll pay for someone's, if we see someone in the grocery line, we'll say, here's 20, And what they started doing was they was planning to be generous with $20 a month apiece.
Right.
And they would journal about their experience.
Man.
So then, as their budget, they got out of debt, it went from they got $200 a month to be generous.
Wow.
Yeah, because they had a plan to do it, like to give it away.
Oh yeah, they got intentional with being
And it
generous.
just challenged me because so many times, and this is what comes with wisdom, is we will plan to receive, right?
Oh man.
So
we'll set the stage right
we'll
to receive.
Set the stage right to receive, but we won't set the stage right to be generous people. And I think the church and Christians should lead the way in generosity.
That's right.
And so, like for me, my budget starts tomorrow. And I've already been thinking about where I can be generous at.
That's one thing that at the end of it, and we just always think that we got so much time to live. And I think that's why we're big on just starting. Like, don't overthink it. If there's something that you want to do, something that you want to be known for, because really, man, in reality, time is literally flying by.
Man,
right? So right now, we're in the middle of the process. God has us here on earth for a specific reason. But what we're doing is we're living out that dash that's in between the dates.
Oh yeah.
But what's important, what I want to be known for when it's all said and done, is that he was generous. He served.
Yeah.
He loved. He provided. Right. But one of the biggest things is I want to be known for being generous.
That's right.
Being so generous to where people ask why.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? To where people just, they can't comprehend it.
Oh yeah.
And because of that, like, I believe that God is shown more through your actions than what you say.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So people is going to see the God you say you serve through who you are.
Oh, that's right.
Right? So give until they ask why. Somebody said that once before, man, and it impacted me because I was like, man, I wonder if you could bless somebody in such a way to where they say, why are you doing this for us?
Oh yeah, and think about that. Like, he gave the story when he didn't have much money. You know, he said it wasn't a lot of money, but to him it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And someone paid for it. His car was broke down, and he couldn't figure out a way to get his family around.
Right.
And the guy at the mechanic shop said, I guess he said he seen his face, and he said, don't worry, this one's on me.
Wow.
And he said a few years later, he was sitting in a mechanic shop getting an oil change, and a girl was in there on the phone with her husband talking about, I don't know what we're going to do.
Wow.
I don't know what we're going to do. Our van's broke down, and this is how we get our babies everywhere. And he said in that moment, he remembered that someone was generous to him.
Yeah.
And he was generous to her.
Yeah.
And he was like,
because that's
the
what
store,
happens.
she started thanking God.
That's the ripple effect.
Yeah.
Right?
Man, how's Jew in the comments, but ain't in the studio?
Oh, my goodness. So, look, that's how it happens, right? If I'm generous to you,
Yeah.
something is going to change inside of you to where you got to go do that for somebody else.
That's right.
Like, it's not like...
It's the gift that keeps on giving, right?
That's right. So, I would say, like, it doesn't have to be overanalyzed. It doesn't have to be over-spiritualized.
Yeah.
It don't take nothing to give somebody $5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not going to make or break you.
And I heard this quote. He said, the richest man in the world isn't who has the most. The richest man in the world is the one who needs the least.
Wow.
And
that's a McNugget right there.
So the examples he gave was, think about what we do. He said, think about a garage. In America, we have garages for our cars. But they can't usually fit our cars because why?
We got so much stuff. That's where the excess stuff goes.
We have so much stuff, so now we can't even park our car in the garage where it's supposed to go.
That's an excess fat.
Because we have so much stuff. And think about how we will say we don't have no clothes, but if you look in a closet, it's full of clothes.
Oh, it's sickening.
Or you say we don't have any food, and you look in your refrigerator and freezer, and it's full of food.
Yeah.
And he was giving the example of, man, you'll go overseas, and you'll get in this habit of feeling sorry, like, man, they don't have this, they don't have that. And then you'll see them at church worshiping just the same.
Man.
Or you'll see them at outside playing, and the kids don't have any shoes on.
They ain't got a worry in the world.
Where they're at peace. And that's why he said the richest person in the world is who needs the least. Because in America, we get in those habits of, we need more, and we're never satisfied, and we need more and more and more. But I think we should actually live our lives so we can be generous. So we have enough.
You should set it up.
You should set up your life, like right now. And we've talked about this before. And you know what? And this pastor said, he said, we always slip back into the American way.
That's right.
So we always have to pull our way back out.
Our natural state.
Yeah, that's our natural state. But like, I should intentionally get rid of the stuff in my garage. Because it's just going to sit there, right?
Make room, yeah.
It's going to sit there for 10 years.
When you get down to it, we're true hoarders.
Yeah.
I mean, like, in our life, in our spirit, in everything.
Yeah.
We have so much, but we go to something that we may like, and we're like, man, I can't get rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're so attached to the stuff that we can't see beyond, what would you do without it? It's just sitting.
Man,
I remember Jonna came out with them curtains that been sitting there for how long?
She kept them. She made sure she kept them, didn't she?
She ain't put them up yet.
We ain't never going to put them curtains up. But think about this. And then, I ain't went this far, but he said, but a garage gets full, and what do? You store stuff in the attic.
Yeah.
And then, if that gets full, you store stuff in a storage building.
Yeah.
So you pay for all this stuff you accumulate. And I just think, man, it's like we need to press ourselves, especially as men. We need to lead the way and be generous men.
Right.
And that will start to change. So the people that are generous in our community, you know what they're doing? They're changing our community in one generous act at a time.
That's right. through one act, and they're not over. Think about how.
I know, baby.
What are you talking about?
She said, I like to give them to people in need. They're not
The
for me.
curtains?
Yeah, and Jonna does do that. Like, she'll like our garage, even though it frustrates me, people will give her stuff because they know that someone will run across some. Like last week, I was able to give away a kitchen table and some laundry baskets and stuff like that because we had collected it from other people. So it is neat what she does, but that's what I'm saying. We should set up our life in such a way where we're open-handed.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got on that, but...
Man, if somebody wants to donate a new MacBook to us, I'm telling you, hey, somebody please be generous, because I'm about to break my MacBook.
Yeah.
I'm tired of going through the nonsense. I mean, it's still messing up.
Yeah. You got to take it to Computer Day.
Man, it's a MacBook.
You don't do MacBooks?
Man, MacBooks are just set in stone. I don't know too many people that can work on MacBooks. It's like a phone. Like,
yeah, I bet it
your phone ever mess up?
Man, it's been glitching lately. I don't know.
Has it?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
That's because the new one came out.
I know it has been glitching.
What you got?
I don't know. 10?
No, that might be the 8.
No, it's the 10X.
What's a 10X?
I don't
X
know.
is 10.
10XR.
No. That's why it's glitching though, because that new one done came out. All right, so talk about the Mr. Miyagi real quick.
Yeah, so the Mr. Miyagi is, and we talked about this yesterday, as men and women, whether you're a Christian or not, you should always have someone wiser pouring into you. Because we're going through life, right? And we're kind of going down our own roads and our own paths. But some people can save you a lot of pain along the way. You ever seen someone, they want to travel with no map?
Yeah.
You're going to end up in the wrong place sometime.
Oh, yeah.
They be like, look, I got it. I know the directions.
Yeah, you know the people that just take off at sea and they be like, I'm just going around the earth?
Yeah.
That's some stories that you hear about talking about they got lost and they never been found.
Yeah.
That's one of them stories that they get, that's how the Bermuda Triangle got so popular. People just left without any kind of map.
Yeah.
They just disappeared.
Yeah.
Look, that's what happens to people who wander.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Because think about even what you do for your kids. You're basically Mr. Miyagi, right?
Yeah.
You don't expect them to be perfect.
Right.
But what you're doing is teaching them through their bumps and bruises.
That's right.
So every little thing that they experience in life is your Mr. Miyagi to them.
Yeah.
And that's why you got to have someone like that has older kids because they've been where you've been. You got to have someone that's been married for 50 years because they can tell you what's coming ahead.
Hey, I'm telling you.
Because so many times we have blinds, like in a car, right?
That's right.
Although you have mirrors, there's still blind spots, right?
Yeah, not in that 2021 Cadillac Escalade though.
So what people will tell you is, hey, I didn't look in my blind spot before and this happened to me.
The blind spot will kill.
I didn't do this before and this happened to me.
Yeah.
Or Nick, I did it this way or I did it this way. And I think sometimes like we live in this culture of individualism, especially, I think women, it's I'm a powerful woman.
Hear me roar.
Hear me roar. And ain't nothing wrong with that, but it's almost we live in this selfish culture.
I'll tell you why.
Why do I need to ask anyone for help?
That's right, but I'll tell you why women had to stand up and do it. Look at it, man, that's stupid. I'll tell you why women had to stand up and do that. Back when, so probably the 70s or 80s when all the men went off to war.
Yeah.
What happened, so you can see it. Mm-hmm. When a man is not in his rightful place, a woman has to take the role of a man.
Yeah.
So what has happened over time is women have, it's adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
You have adapted to know that you're going to have to play both roles.
Yeah.
Right? So they say that, I've heard this percentage the other day, and it was like 1 in 3 African-American men are incarcerated.
Yeah, 1 in 3.
75% of African-American women are divorced.
Used to be 1 in 4, now it's 1 in 3.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, if I just throw this, I'm sorry. I'm telling you, but it's one of them. What was I talking about?
Men down.
Oh yeah, so that's the problem. When you see men down, women have no choice but to stand up and take that place because a woman's still gonna get the job done.
But why do you think that sometimes, because we can see it all around us, Like it's almost like a pride thing that keeps women and men from asking other men and women for help.
Hey, check this out. Real quick. Can you tell when a woman has been around boys? So there's a difference between a boy and a man, right? Mm-hmm. So you can tell when or anybody, you can tell, well, no, I mean, I guess women per se, so, because boys and men move differently, right? Mm-hmm. So men and boys or young men, they don't make the same decisions.
Yeah.
Right? So you can see it that when, you can see it like when women have been exposed to, because they had to provide, or they had to protect, right? So it's almost in their second nature to play the role of a man, that you see it a lot of times that when a real man comes around, it's not accepted.
Yeah.
Or it's almost pushed back because it's like, I'm not used to this. You know what I'm saying?
But I think here's what I always tell people. You should always have someone pouring into you, and then in return, you should always have someone you're pouring into.
Oh yeah, it should be.
I heard a story on ESPN the other day, and they said Julius Randle, he made the All-Star team this year, and him and Kobe was working out together, and he said Kobe gave me a piece of advice that changed my basketball career. He said that every city that you stop in, before you go check in your hotel, you go to a gym and practice.
Wow.
And look, he started doing that, and he was in, I forget what city he was in, but he called a high school and said, hey, we're about to land. I'm with Julius Randle with the New York Knicks. Can I get in the gym? So they met him there. They met him in the gym, and guess what the principal told him? He said, I don't know what it is, but people have stopped doing that. The last person that was at this gym and asked us to open it for him was Kobe Bryant.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's big.
So the guy that poured wisdom into him.
Oh, that's big.
So, and that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Think about that. Think about, man, I'm in the same, look, D group is this. Is Elijah, whenever, so his mentee was Elisha, right? So think about that transaction when Elijah was taken up. Think about what Elijah immediately picked up where he had left off, where he had seen his mentor.
That's right.
Stop at.
Yeah.
So it was almost like a smooth. So you know how they run. So Lucas runs track. You know how they do the relay when they take the baton and they hand it off, and it's a smooth transaction. Yeah. That's almost what it should be like when you have a mentor and mentee. Is I'm going to continue to do what I have seen you do previously, right?
Yep.
So in that story, whenever Elijah was taken away from him, he said, look, please just let me know when you leave, because I want a double blessing of what you had. And he told him, he put some game on him. He said, look, if you're here when I'm taken away, you'll get it.
Yeah.
So I think what he was telling him in that moment is if you're in position to get what you think you deserve, then you'll get it. So many times people ain't in position.
That's right. Because I spoke on discipleship at the rec. That was my talk that I had to give. And I would tell them some things my discipler would ask me. And as soon as I got back to my table, they said, and I never said his name. They said, hey, your discipler's Craig, isn't it? And I was like, yeah, what made you know that?
And they know his lingo.
They said, we know they said, we know how he talks. And we heard how you talk.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, that's what a mentor should do.
Man, y'all start talking.
You should start reflecting the qualities that they have. And that's why I say, like, yes, be careful the mentor you select. But if you ain't got one, anything's better than nothing. But look for qualities like, are they a godly man or woman?
Right.
Are they humble?
Do they serve?
Do they serve?
Yeah.
Are they generous? You know, and always have men that pull you higher or women that pull you higher. And I would say, like, only boys and girls, little boys and girls don't want mentors.
That's it.
Because, like,
that's it. They want to have their way.
I've
heard
what you told a few people. You know, like, you're pretty rough with people. Like, hey, you're a little kid. You're a little boy. You let toys pull you away. You let this pull you away. And I just think so many times we need people like that in our life that pulls out the man in you when you want to run back to being a little boy and a little kid.
If you stop a kid from getting his toy, what's he do?
Cries.
He throws a fit.
Yeah.
Little Christoph.
Yeah.
He wants something specific, and you stop him getting his way, he's going to throw a fit.
That's right.
And that's what we see grown men doing these days.
That's right.
Right? So if I want this, or if I feel like this, or if I think this, how dare you get in my way?
That's right.
Right? So you'll see them almost throw a grown man fit, which is, And I'm not saying that we all don't go through something, man. T.D. Jakes said it one time. He said we all got that little boy inside of us.
That's right.
We all like our toys.
Mm-hmm.
We all like to go fast. We all like to get dirty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just in us. It's instilled in us. But at the same time, Devon Franklin, he wrote that book about the dog and the man, the dog and the king, right? Every choice and decision you make. So whether it be, well, heck, I'm about to just take off and go bungee jumping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that's fun.
Yeah.
But is it wise?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is that wise to be somebody crazy who just makes decisions based off of how I feel?
Yeah. Nah. That's it.
We don't see the catastrophic effects, the ripple effect that it has on people around us.
I remember being younger and feeling like if I asked someone, then I was a less of a man.
If you had to ask for help.
If I had to ask for help. Like, remember when my tire went flat?
Oh, yeah.
And I was out there for hours on the side, and I had a
Yeah.
tire changer. So I was out there for hours trying to change a tire when all I knew I had to do was call for help
Yeah.
and ask for help. But my pride got in the way, and I said, I want to show them. And that's what little boys do.
That's right.
Whereas now, I use the people and the resources that God has placed around me because I learned my lesson that day.
What happened?
Nick, you're sitting out here with bloody knuckles when all you had to do was make a phone call and it would have got taken care of.
So pain is either going to, we say it all the time, pain is either going to mold you or fold you. And it's either you're going to, either you're going to feel that pain and remember it and never want to go back to it, or you're going to continue making the same decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Just like I told the guys yesterday, like with Joe and Jessica, they've been doing this 10 years.
Right.
Why would you ask someone in the program for advice on what you should be doing or not doing in the program? They're in the same boat as you. Just like, why would you ask someone financial advice that's in poverty? Why would you ask someone on drugs how to get clean? Why would you ask someone that's on their 6th divorce how to treat your wife?
One of the greatest times I've had, Nick, is sitting with this 76, 75-year-old man. Man, I'm telling you, I'm about to Ric Flair this MacBook, bro. You got some money?
No.
MacBooks are expensive. But
Why do you have to have a MacBook though? You just use a regular laptop.
What?
You can't just use a laptop?
Nah, bro. I'm loyal to Steve Jobs.
That don't seem like it should be.
Man, I think because them new ones are out, that's why my computer's acting crazy. But I remember sitting with this 75-year-old.
She said something good.
Who?
Jessica said they ask people who are going to give them the answer they want.
That's what
So
it is.
most people, so think about that. I met with a lot of people and I've done a lot of people's budget. And they'll go buy something stupid. And I'll be like, well, who'd you ask about it?
Right.
We talked to so-and-so. And I'll be like, well, I meet with them about their budget too, and I know how bad they're in a situation
Yeah,
too.
they don't look like that. They should be getting help.
But they'll ask them, just like what Jessica said, because they're desiring to get the answer that they want. They want a co-signer. They want another little boy. And basically what happens...
Hey, you know how little boys, you know how you go up to somebody in the sandbox?
Mm-hmm.
That little boy will do whatever you want him to do.
That's
I remember
right.
I could get Nick to do the craziest things.
Yeah.
I mean, the craziest thing. Hey, and then our older brother, Zoe, we was little boys, right?
Yeah.
He could get his little brothers to do whatever he wanted. He told these fools to go down Dead Man's Hill on a bike with no brakes.
Shoot. I ain't do that.
I ain't do it either. I think he was trying to torture him or something, but...
What's that? The blind leading...
That's exactly what it is.
The blind leading the blind right off a cliff. And that's what you gotta have. Like, the best advice, like say if I'm going hiking, I better ask someone that's been hiking before.
Hey, I know
the best way to hike.
Look, we went skiing one time, and you can tell we wasn't skiers.
So how do you learn how to ski? You ask somebody that skied before.
I asked Zoe the other day, I said, look, you think we'll go back up to Paoli Peaks and do it again? He said, heck nah. He said, it's going to cost me a lot to look the part. Because them outfits, Nick, them goggles about $200.
Oh, man.
So whenever we went up there, we had bags on our feet.
Good?
We had plastic.
Oh,
no, we didn't look good.
Y'all look
We went to the dollar store, got the brown jersey gloves. Oh man, they knew we wasn't supposed to be on that hill.
Oh man.
Because we didn't look it. Like,
yeah.
So what we did is we went into it blindly thinking that we could do something.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ever seen, okay, so you see.
And it looks easy, don't it?
It looks real. So whenever I get off a bike and Zoe gets on a bike, you see it. Look, he gets on there smooth. He thinks he knows what he's doing. He thinks he can just do it real quick.
Yeah.
And then what ends up happening?
It just stalls.
Every time. Every single time, right?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have the skill. He has the want to, maybe the desire, but what has happened is he hasn't taken the time to learn and
Don't that frustrates me when I watch somebody. I'm like, okay, I got that.
It looks easy.
That looked easy.
I got a way of making things look easy.
And then I get on it and I'm like, God, what did I do wrong?
How'd they do it?
Yeah, how did they do it?
Because from the outside looking in, they make it look so easy, but we don't realize that they have, what they say, it takes 10,000 hours to become a master at something, right?
Yep.
So, I don't know, I get people come up to me sometimes and they say, man, I just don't understand how, like, you just make it look so easy.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? Like I'm telling you, when especially in the roofing business, like I can do roofs. I'm telling you, in my sleep.
Yeah.
And it's because I have worked so long over time that I'm not a master yet.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just something that I've poured myself into to learn. So therefore, when I'm in the process and I'm doing it, it just it flows out naturally.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that, just like with basketball, like a lot of kids want to be Steph Curry, but they don't want to put in the work that Steph Curry put in.
Yeah, they don't want that Steph Curry work ethic.
When he shot 1,500 shots a day, every single day. And again, that's what we can do as boys when we're going through life, is we don't want to put the work in that Mr. Miyagi has put in.
Oh, yeah.
So when I do, like Jessica said, next you on hiking, when I do go hiking, if I ever do, it won't, like I ain't never going hiking. I hate the woods.
Oh, man, that would be
But if
fun.
I ever went hiking, the best thing I could ever do is ask someone,
Yeah.
hey, what do I bring?
What do I wear?
What do I pack? What do
Yeah.
I wear? What kind of shoes do I wear?
It might be good for us to go hiking.
No, I ain't going hiking nowhere. My allergies will tear me up.
I don't think hiking is the same thing as like the woods.
Yeah. Hey,
Is it?
Hey,
Hiking is like going up a mountain, bro.
Hey, my discipler, he's on this thing. It's called the Appalachian Trails. You basically walk like thousands of miles.
He's on it right now?
Nah, you do it in spurts. So like for a month, you'll go hike, and then you'll take a break, and then a month. But
He hikes for a month straight?
Yeah, in the woods. He'll just pack a bag. I was like, golly.
Hey, if something happens, we want to find him. He's a survivalist.
I know. Seek wise counsel for sure.
Who said that?
Amy.
That's right. That's the best thing that I think that we can do. If you want to, okay, so this will give you a good perspective of who you are, where you're at, and where you're going to be at.
Yeah.
So you can look at my life and say, look, probably in 5 years, this is where you'll be at. So you said it the other day. You're a makeup of your 5 closest friends.
Oh, yeah.
So look who you're around. Look at what you do on a daily basis. Look at what you do consistently, and it'll give you a good indication. And who you have poured into your life, it'll give you a good indication of where you'll be at in a few years.
That's right.
Right? So if you are around broke people, even if you have money, I would say in the future, you're going to be the next broke one.
Oh, yeah.
You can't, there's no way. If you don't have somebody pouring into you and helping you to steward over well what God's given you, then you'll just, because you're going to see people who have those same behaviors go blow money.
That's right.
Do whatever they want to do, however they feel, go buy whatever. So eventually, that's what you're going to become.
Most people want excuses for poor living, right?
Yeah.
They will always want an excuse. Well, if I was born to this family, I would have been better. Or if I could have got this job, I'd be better. Or if I could do this, I would do better.
Yeah.
No, you want an excuse for the choices that you make.
That's right.
So, but when you get around people that raise the bar, you know what it exposes you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not where they are because of the choices I'm making.
Right.
You know, and that's a thing. Like, so when I was getting out of debt, and the guy that kind of teaches me about debt, I was like, God, I would love to do what he's doing.
Right.
But I can't because of the decisions that I made that put me in a
right.
bad situation. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the guy that mentors me about finances, I like the financial position he's in.
That's right.
And it makes me want something. Other people, I see broke people ask broke people all the time about how to do better.
Broke people asking broke people about broke questions.
And it makes no sense, right?
Yeah.
And that's what, so get you a Mr. Miyagi in your life. Like, and that's what we kind of told the guys. Like,
wax on, wax off.
Yeah, like, and you never outgrow it. When you're 60, 70,
man,
you should still have a mentor.
That's right.
Or you should be taking everything that you've learned and giving it back.
That's right. We had a good Mr. Miyagi in our life. We still do. Old Louis Legs. Hey, look, he would try to, he gave us a lot of speeches.
Mm-hmm.
He talked for a long time. But I'm telling you, look, as we get older, we're realizing that we needed that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That those principles that he taught us, even though we didn't want to hear it, because most of the time it's something that you don't want to hear, you'll end up applying that to life.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
We've been on about 45 minutes. They told you to go hiking, Nick.
Yeah.
You want to do it? I bet we could try.
Hey, this ain't racist, but when mixed people go hiking, they usually don't return. We can go hiking in Gatlinburg. How about that?
They got bears there.
Hey, that's about the most.
I'm trying to go hiking where, you ever seen the people run up it's like it's not a hiking trail, it's like a road.
Yeah.
That's my type of hiking. I ain't trying to hear one noise.
Exactly.
I don't like walking through Yellow and Panther Creek.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't with all that.
As soon as I see the first snake, I'm gonna be done hiking.
Oh yeah.
I remember at one time I went camping with y'all fools. I bought a tent. I left the tent. I left. This is how much I hate hiking. In tent and out. I left the tent there. I said, I'm going home.
Oh man, it was so uncomfortable that you.
Man, it was so hot. I couldn't sleep. I said, this is like prison. I said, who wants to willfully do it?
That's one thing I learned.
And that's why I'm saying, like, there's a difference in y'all's like camping. Camping is a good time if you got all the right.
If you got the right tools.
If you got the 4-wheeler and you got the right stuff. I bought a $30 tent from Walmart, and it was little, and me and my wife slept in it. Nah, we got up at 3 a.m. We was out of there. I was like, we ain't never doing this again.
He disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, maybe we can get a group together and go hiking.
Maybe.
We can get somebody who's been, maybe we can get Craig. He can take us on the Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Hey, he would be a good, he gonna have us out there, ain't he?
He loves hiking. He says that's where you were one with God and nature.
Huh?
You know, like, think about that. No distractions.
He's like Elijah.
Think about that. No distractions, because he never has phone service when he goes. You just hiking in nature.
He take his wife?
Him and his brother be going. And that's their bonding time. And
see, we should go hiking, Nick.
Yeah, until you see a snake, and then we're out.
Nah.
We're too city.
Yeah, I got to take a pistol with me.
Yeah, that's what
I'd
I'm
have
saying.
to.
Exactly.
I got to. I end up shooting squirrels or anything moving. I'd be so scared.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe we should try it.
Yeah, maybe.
You want to?
Panther Creek, we can hike there.
We're going to start there?
Yeah.
Maybe we can get a group of people. They said that that's good exercise outside.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? Go running up
Hey,
there.
that one that's pretty fun. Ben Hall's Nature Trails. That's sort of like hiking, because Panther Creek is domesticated. They got trails. They got sidewalks.
They got it all pretty.
Ben Hall's is like they just took a weed eater. They just took a weed eater through that thing.
Hey, what about riding bikes through the trails? You know how them people ride them bikes real fast?
They do it at Ben Hall's.
Have you ever seen them the crashes?
And this is why I don't like hiking. I took Bella and I think Chloe to Ben Hall's, and I seen this dude walking through the woods like he lived. I was like, where's he?
That's what Craig be doing when he goes out there.
The dude wasn't on the trail like us.
He was in the woods?
Yeah. He was walking through like all the stuff. I was like, so, you know, it's because you watch Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, yeah.
When you're a kid, I was like, that's probably a killer. I was like, I think I had my gun on. I was like, man, this dude's a kid. I was like, he's probably trying to kill us right now. I was like, where did he just come from?
He just popped up out of a tree.
Yeah, most people, you know, it's safe because you see people, you know, like, oh, okay.
On the trail.
They're walking.
Hey, how you doing?
He was walking through the brushes in the woods. I was like,
Making his way through. He have a stick with him?
Yeah, he had on camo.
Those are the outdoorsmen.
Man, he looked like he lived there.
All right, so if anybody wants to go hiking, we're going to go as a group. We got to be real safe.
Y'all go hiking.
No, we going to go hiking.
Yeah.
We got to get our brother bonding time in.
Mm-hmm.
You got anything?
It's just like, it seems like a good idea Just like Chautauqua Park. Remember when we went there when it snowed?
Oh, it always seems like a good idea to get out there.
Yo, was like, and then you seen all the people hitting the fence and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, it seemed a lot funner when we was younger.
Yeah, a whole lot funner. A whole lot funner.
Now, the one thing I think y'all can take away from this conversation, and I know we jumped a lot of different places, is if you're a man or a woman, get you someone that can pour into your life.
Mr. Miyagi.
You know, like I got like 5 guys, 3 or 4 or 5 guys. You know, one of them, he pours into me spiritually. I got another guy who pours into me and he holds me accountable for my finances. I got another guy that holds me accountable for going to the gym.
Yeah.
And I got men in my life that care about my health and my mental. You know, and I had this guy text me this morning, and it meant a lot. He was just like, how can I pray for you? And that's the kind of men and women that you need in your life. And I just think if you don't have it, you should pursue it. And like we said yesterday, if you got to take your mentor out to eat every week, they're that valuable.
Think about what you're going to get back.
You're going to get unlimited return. And on top of getting a mentor, be generous.
That's right.
So I'm doing my budget tomorrow. Don't none of y'all send me a cash app. But I'm doing my budget tomorrow.
I need some cash out for a new MacBook.
I'm doing my budget tomorrow, and that's what I want to do. I want to start planning to be a generous man.
Hey, it'd be neat though for you to do a budget class online. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we got some people on there that need help that just want to start. You know what I'm saying? That'd be neat to get something going. Maybe we come in here and just do like a 3-4 week class.
Yeah, they can hit me up.
Live stream?
Yeah, we can do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Budgeting 101. Because think about, why didn't you... Most people...
Oh, Nick, I'm telling you, that's where we spent most of our life at, trying to figure out how we couldn't get ahead.
It's one person...
Remember how frustrating it was?
It's one person I was helping out. They was like, help me out, Nick. I said, all right, let me see your numbers. They didn't want to give me the numbers. They was like, well, just teach me. That's what I'm saying, and that's why
it's tricky.
That's why we don't ask for help.
Hey, let's just say that I make about 200 a week. You know what I'm saying? Let's just use that.
I was like, nah, print out your bank statements. They was like, well, can we start from today? Print out the last 30.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to face it, and that's what I'm saying. So get you a mentor and be generous.
That's right.
And that's what she said. If you don't have it, you should pursue it.
Man, that's a McNugget right there.
Yeah.
We go in on a McNugget. If you don't have it, you should pursue it.
Mm-hmm.
Pursue it just like you want. You said something yesterday, and I was like, man, imagine if we put forth that same effort into the things that we need, as in the things that we want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because when I want something, there ain't nothing's going to stop me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine if I put forth that same effort into the things that I actually need.
That's right.
You guys have a good week, man. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Try to share this with somebody. Hopefully, Irregular Strength will get back to a regular schedule and show up to the studio so we can get back to it. Episode 83, Mr. Miyagi, that's a wrap. You guys have a good week. We'll see you next week.
And be praying for the Hayes family.
Peace.
See ya.